no, still.
How far now?
I agree.
Since the person saying he's not camera shy.
I'm not camera shy now. I'm the videographer now.
So someone said, you don't call it videographer when you know the words of what you're doing.
I beg you. Okay, so some people say cinematographer, some people say videographer.
Some people say filmmaker.
I feel like everything is the same thing, really.
Everything is the same thing, but think about the person you're telling, the audience you're telling. How do they conceive it?
No.
Your price tag is increasing depending on how you say it. If you say videographer, there's a price tag for that. And if you say filmmaker, there's a price tag for that. But they all do the same thing.
Yeah, they all do the same thing, but I feel like we all went to school. If I tell you I'm a videographer, you're underpricing me because I said I'm a videographer. There's a problem somewhere. And my price is my price. If you like, say because I told you that I'm a videographer and give me like a shitty ass price. I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because it's a big one. So quick one, right?
Yeah.
Kitibs, right?
Yeah.
I'll use Kitibs. So he's a very good filmmaker in Lagos. And fun fact is, we both grew up together in the same environments.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of knowing him all my life, and he's one of the best at what he does. Shoots with the camera, edits clean videos, and works for some of the biggest brands in Lagos.
Wait, I need you to do me a favor. You never given me this type of accolade before, so just let me cut it out and send it to me.
I'm not cutting. I ain't cutting it out. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to repeat it after now.
Yeah, I know where it's maybe you release it. I'll tell you to my ringtone. Don't worry now.
Fucking say it to his ringtone. Anyways, baddest videographer I know.
Which is alright. Thank you.
Tell me about your journey. Start from when you were trying to discover yourself as a creative in Lagos, knowing that you were not born in Lagos, you were not raised in Lagos, you just traveled here and you were trying to find opportunities. So how was the journey?
I won't say it was tough and I won't say it was easy, but it was crazy. It was really crazy. Like, it had to... Hey.
Okay.
Look at my phone.
Oh, yes. That's your phone.
Okay.
I'll continue what you were saying.
Anyways, growing up in Ibadan, limited opportunities, like the vision was not there. I was just basically, I came from a family where I had everything I wanted.
Okay.
No, is everything I wanted? Everything I needed, not everything I wanted. So, of course, being a young guy, I wanted to go into the creative field and all that, but my parents didn't see the vision. So, of course, all the things that I needed to make that happen, I really couldn't access them like that. So I had to, find my way around doing a lot of things. So, I have a sibling in Lagos, and I think that actually kind of helped me to transition fully into what I wanted to do. I was doing a lot of things freelance. I was doing graphics. I was doing photography. I was doing videography. I was doing everything in uni. Even in secondary school, as far back as secondary school, I was already doing graphics. So, after uni, I think every other thing came naturally. That was when I fully discovered that I couldn't do any other thing. I was meant to be a creative. So, of course, my parents still didn't see the vision. In fact, my dad really didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
My dad was just like, he just knows that I do stuff on the system. Like, as long as it wasn't Yahoo, he really didn't. I don't think it mattered to him. He just knew that I was doing something legitimate and it was in the line of video production. So, same with my mom. In fact, I think it was just maybe like last month or 2 months ago that I actually explained to my mom and dad what I really do. Like, I had to break it down. Oh, okay, I do video production. Like, I set the camera, I make sure the lighting is good, make sure sound is good sometimes. Of course, I have sound guys. And basically, let's just say God has been faithful. Like, my journey has just been smooth. Like, and
There's
I thank God for
something.
that.
There's something about being a videographer, especially in Nigeria,
Yeah.
from where we come from.
Uh-huh.
Explaining to your parents can be a tough task because I remember when I had to tell my mom and dad about what I do.
Uh-huh.
Now, for the viewers out there, many of you don't know, but I don't just create these videos. I do the editing and the sounds.
Bad guy.
I do the motion and everything. And basically, everything I had to learn on my own. What I learned in school is different from this. And so I can relate to the challenges that many of us face.
Uh-huh.
I know that it can really be challenging. Till now, I don't think my dad really understood, to be honest. Because whenever we talk about this, right, he's always saying, oh, videography, is it not those people that carry camera at events? You know?
So, okay, I think I now get the picture of what you mean by saying I'm a videographer. Yeah, because, and okay, yeah.
But that's what people think about you when you say that.
Yeah, I get it. Because I remember mentioning it to someone, and the person kind of looked at me somehow. Then I now had to break it down to the person that, oh, see, like, I work with some of the biggest brands, the biggest names in the podcast industry, and also like generally and like in the industry in general. Like, so it was when I started mentioning names that the person was like, "Oh, so you know this person?" And the person was giving me like,
Hold on, I need to adjust my chair.
oh, okay,
Continue.
yeah. So the person was like giving me real credit for my work and all that. That was when like I now realized. Still, I think it didn't change my feelings or change my thoughts about using the tag videographer. I just feel like anybody within our age bracket should know that if I tell you I'm a videographer, it doesn't mean I'm all those abeli. In fact, when I tell you my price self, you know that, oh, okay, this one is not a joke.
It's a challenging task. I won't lie. Someone said something that when you describe yourself, you're marketing yourself. And so I noticed that whenever I describe myself, it's also setting a precedence for how they will react to my price tag. I would say I'm still trying to develop that side of me, but I know that from my experience, I wouldn't make some mistakes. You understand? I wouldn't make some mistakes. A lot of our daily guys, like you said, a lot of people holding the camera around, but they don't know they don't know the art form.
Yeah.
I don't need to get paid to do what I do. I'm doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
So many of these guys, they go into it for the money, which is fine. At the end of the day, we also need the money, right, to continue what we're doing. But when they come in trying to make the money, they don't actually learn the technicalities. They go to a studio, they see the settings, they shoot a video with the camera. They feel like, yeah, as long as I'm showing the person's face. Even if it is too bright or too dim.
I can relate.
Do you understand?
I can relate. I think that is what makes us professionals, because I've been in situations where I set up the studio for, let's say, a podcast, for instance, and the client is telling me, oh, this place looks so dim, or this place looks some type of way. And then I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, so what look are you going for? And the person is like, oh, we want everywhere to be bright and all. But when you look at maybe a reference video they're showing you and all that, and you compare it to what you're about to do, they don't understand that there's still a lot of things that goes into the setup.
Making a video.
Yeah. For instance, now if there's a particular thing that you're going for, and we set up everything to match that thing, there's still post production. There's still things that we would need to do after the shoot. What you're even saying is different from what was going to come out on the camera. So sometimes clients don't even understand that, and some of them try to teach you what you spent years developing. Yeah, so
and it feels like an insult at that point.
No, to me, it doesn't feel like an insult.
To me, it feels like an insult.
You're stressing me.
There's this pride that comes with, I won't say being successful in business, but many of them, maybe they made their money elsewhere. Like, well, there's this pride that comes with somebody that maybe wants to employ you for a job. They have this, you already feel it. There's this vibe that they give you, like, we know more than you, but we are going to test your skills.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you find out that you know more than them.
Yeah, actually, 90% of the time.
Yeah,
but I think I've been fortunate enough to work with people that didn't even stress me that much. In fact, as a matter of fact, there's someone that I currently work with that, by the way, is a very amazing person. His name is Shay. And when I got to the company, it was like they threw me in the middle of the ocean, really. Because the people that, was working with a team before, and for some reason he had to terminate the contract, and then he brought me in to do the work and all. So it was like I was thrown in the middle of the ocean.
So they terminated his contract?
Not his contract, because he owns the company.
Okay.
So he brought in an external production crew to do the work. Okay. You understand? They were the ones doing the production and all that. He was the brain behind everything. So he maybe it wasn't profitable, or he just felt like it was time to have his own in-house production team. So I think was the first person he brought in to pick up from where they stopped. So it was very, very difficult for me. I didn't know. In fact, first of all,
there's no system. There's no structure.
There was. Okay, I don't want to say there was no structure, but basically I came into a blank canvas and I had to paint on it. So I didn't know what I was doing, to be very honest. Imagine you come into a company where, first of all, the cameras that are available, you've never used any of them before.
I see.
Cheers.
That one a problem already.
Yeah, imagine now, if you're not even using one, it's now 3.
Same camera.
Same camera.
Oh, well, it's better if all of them are the same camera. Let's say the same Sony, right?
Not really. So, take for instance now, everything needs to be done fast-paced. Everything needs to be done quickly. You don't even have time to open YouTube to start doing your research and everything. Basically, you're just eyeballing everything, trying to figure this out, trying to figure that. Because at the end of the day, what matters is that you're able to shoot and you're able to give out good quality. But at the same time, there's a lot that goes into it. And basically, I was the only one that was there until I think things started to get better when I had extra, and so there was enough time for me to maybe go online to do my research and all. Okay. So everything actually ended up working out good. So what were we talking about? Sorry.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the challenges that you faced when you started working.
Yeah, so everything was working out good, and I mean at the end of the day, it still goes back to my boss being an amazing person. You don't find someone like that.
You don't just find. In fact, people like that is it's a golden, gold in the midst of a lot of rubble, because the Nigerian job sector, especially the corporate environment. I know you're not working in corporates.
Yeah.
Most places are corporates. They like to, even if it is casual.
In fact, let me even tell you some things I love about my job. The fact that I can wear bedroom slippers to my office. My office is a standard place, where you see a lot of celebrities coming and all that. You can wear shorts, slippers, anything. Nobody sends you. Just come do the work. Job. Yeah, as long as you're not looking like a mad person, of course.
And yours is including a man.
You agree?
So yeah, I'm really I'm really happy about that for you, for your career. I know that definitely. I don't know what trajectory you are trying to go for. Is it that sometime in future, because we were having a discussion before this, and you said that you would like to have your own sort of thing going on, either a podcast or a show. Would you like to delve into full-time that industry, or would you also like to go into maybe the movies, maybe series, maybe working with an actual crew, a contract deal?
So first of all, I actually am doing my own thing. So besides being a cinematographer, like you said, I'm also a digital creative designer. And besides that, I own should I say small company, or I'm trying to run a small...
He's blushing like it's like he's just showing off at this point.
No, I'm not showing off now. Give my flowers, nigga. So I own a small company, a small production company where like I shoot for events, parties. There are a couple of videos that you might have seen out there.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you shoot every kind of video. The only thing you've not shot is porno. I'm serious, like for real.
Just
at some point, I won't be surprised because this motherfucker shoots everything.
No, the thing is, I think that's what makes me a professional.
That's why you're good.
Really, I feel like if I'm shooting porn, you might not know, because I honestly will not be proud to like show it off and say, oh.
But why not though? I mean,
because I'm Nigerian. I have Nigerian parents. I have uncles.
Oh, okay, yes. When it comes to like personal, like family, yeah, definitely they won't be proud of that. But trust me, it is something that me personally I might have to show off at some point. I'll say that. Yeah, I showed the video of Johnny Sins and Wizard of the I shot the video. It has over 2 million views on the orb.
No way. I would only be proud to say that to a white man, or maybe let's just say foreigner, someone that is not really African oriented like that.
Yeah.
And the only time I would say that to someone like that is maybe I'm pitching like a business idea, or like we're talking business, and I'm just trying to like, give him numbers and just let him know like the kind of experience that I have. Yeah, that would make me.
That's weird too. Like this country is like everybody feels like normal, but at the same time, when it comes to coming out with what you've done, like some people can't really come out with what they've done in the past, and it's because of this general hypocrisy. Like you just gotta be modest. A bunch of motherfuckers are religious, and but like we all know you're doing shady stuff to get money. We know. Like it's not eating anymore.
So to be honest, I think being a Nigerian, you're just always trying to be careful. I'm sure your dad would always say stuff like, "Oh, remember the home where you come from."
Yeah.
So when you
do it for Jesus.
No, really. Okay, yeah. That was yeah. But growing up and hearing these things, and it sings in your head like over and over again. Like every time you want to do stuff, like you just try to maintain that modesty and not want to taint your family name and all that. So if I'm doing something explicit, I mean, not me. Okay, I can't even perform. I can't like do anything explicit like join
like porn.
No, I can't be a porn star. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you don't have to go to it.
No, I do.
He doesn't have to go to it.
I do. What are you saying? Oh my goodness.
It's a crazy podcast.
Wait, you don't see him before?
No.
Exactly. So
I'm just guessing.
Guy.
Obviously, I've not seen it before. Why the fuck did you ask that question?
Why you even have that conversation with me? You're making me feel uncomfortable, I beg. So basically, what I was trying to say is, we try to just, keep everything modest. And like I said, as a professional, I don't even think it's necessary for you to even like make noise about it. Like how many video producers that produce such videos have you heard like
even
promoting it?
Even people that I don't know if you noticed, there are these apps where you could sign up and then you could start streaming online, like what Kayla does basically.
Is it for
like
people?
Online streaming? It could be TikTok, it could be, but there are some new apps. I don't know if they are Chinese apps or whatever. Where people actually do streaming. I know a couple of people that do it. I have friends that do it, but like they are not they are not showing off like explicit stuff, right?
Yeah.
But what they do is like,
Striptease.
is cutting clothes, like sort of a girl wearing bra.
Yeah, that's
pants,
striptease.
Yeah, that thing is actually quite popular, but nobody would admit that they've done it. In fact, matter of fact, some people get popular and then they try to hide the past of themselves. And I wouldn't judge them because country is hard. People are suffering. They're trying to make money. There's no jobs. There's nothing on the street. I don't want to do anything illegal. So why would I even judge? I won't judge you. What I would just say is, I think it is just something that at some point we have to be truthful to ourselves. We have to understand. If you're a Christian, you have to understand that, yeah, you have your own boundaries, but at the same time, you have to understand that there are some people that that's their art form. That is their life. But once...
Sorry to cut you short, but you know that some of these people, the reason why they are into what they are into is based off their experiences, based off their past experiences. And that's something, I think it's kind of a trend that I've noticed with some of this, what should we call them? I don't think we should just call them people. Should we call them artists?
No, definitely not artists. I'll call them, let's just call them streamers.
Okay, so some of these streamers is based off their past experiences.
Okay.
So for instance, there's someone that I have had the experience of working with.
Okay.
When I say working with, she came to my studio to record a podcast.
Okay, good that you clarified because I was planning to think the other.
Yeah, so she came to record the podcast and she spoke about her journey, and I think it started off with her boyfriend leaking her pictures.
Oh.
So that is where she became scarred, and it led to her being depressed, and in fact you would actually see visible marks of she even herself injuries and all. This thing where people use blades to like cut themselves. Yeah, she just tried to unalive herself many times.
Okay.
So I think at the end of the day, she kind of found some type of comfort in streaming. She found
out that she was common commodity.
Yeah. What do you mean by common commodity?
Like people like her.
Yeah, they like her videos and all.
Yeah.
So she's making like serious bag from it. As a matter of fact, maybe there would have been a conversation about, I can help you, make better videos and all.
Oh, right.
Because I'm all about the money.
Hell yeah.
So it's based on, some of them is based on their experiences, and these things have led up to them actually taking that career path. So
it's quite sad though, because like now I think about the downside of it is kids. Yeah, I mean, the way we were raised, we're not exposed to the internet early, because obviously the internet was still in the growing stage, and social media just came in 2014, 2013. Many of us didn't even have the phones then. I think it was in uni that I had my first phone that I could actually go to Instagram, 100 level. My mom promised me if I passed WAEC, I would get an iPhone. And yeah, I did. I did. And,
how many times?
The good thing was I did, because in secondary school I was so bad at my subjects, maths, literature, everything.
But sorry, I'm confused. But do you know that our parents, so they are part of our problems, especially when it comes to academic?
Yeah.
Because, I'm not going to lie, my parents really, really tried for me. But I think there was a problem somewhere. I didn't believe I was brilliant until I took a course outside of Nigeria. It was I did part of the course from Nigeria. It was a course in Canada, and I didn't finish it, but I started off and I had good grades. When they say I didn't have B, I had all A, my first semester. I'm trying to remember. Interactive media design. That's the course. So it's a course where it's kind of a digital course is relating to UI UX, graphics, programming, basically everything that circles around IT and being an IT person and a creative person. So when you fuse the two together, that's what interactive media design is about. So I did the course for I think 2 semesters or 3 semesters. The plan was, when we're trying to do this job pattern and all that, my eyes was on Canada, but
now,
I don't think I want to be anymore.
Speaking of Canada, though, when I realized that this isn't for me, I wouldn't say much of my family detail here, but I would just say it wasn't so hard to pick that option.
Yeah.
But I found out that people go there and then they get stuck, right? They don't get something stable. It's difficult to get a good job. As easy as it is I think it's harder now, but back then, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it was easier for people to travel to Japan, to Canada, greener pastures. But when you get there, those people that got there, they got stuck. Most of them got stuck. I know a friend of mine that almost got homeless. Now, that's not to say, that could happen to me, right? Well, I had to take my time to understand the system over there. And these were from genuine conversations with people because obviously I've not been there. I had to have conversations with people and also did my research and found out that when you travel to a place like that, the first thing you have to realize is that whatever you bring in from Nigeria is
useless.
Yeah, basically, it's a time bomb. It's going to be maybe like a week or 2 weeks that actually is going to first satisfy you. But if you're lucky enough to have somebody there that is going to be feeding you and give you accommodation, okay, good and fine. You have a foundation, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and here's the tricky part. How long are you going to stay under that person that you're not going to be a burden? And how long are you going to even find a job? And a lot of people started with going with schooling. That was the short thing, like using school and then get your certificate and hopefully you get a job.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way. Life only gives you lemons to make lemonade sweet. Now, if you're trying to make that lemonade, that is where the problem is because I'm a creative. I don't mind doing the minimum wage jobs, but I'm a creative. And here's one thing that I don't want to do in my life is I don't want to do something that's it's into my plan and leave what I really want to do. I could be doing my job like I'm doing now. I'm still doing my normal job. I'm doing the podcast and the creative things that I enjoy. But if I don't get to do the things that I enjoy, that I'm good at, and I'm doing some minimum wage job, or if I'm doing what I'm good at and I'm not getting any progress, because you are not able to interact with people easily.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect between you and your neighbor. It's not like Lagos. I'm going to come out. Many of my neighbors and my guys that I could literally walk into their house and we'll talk.
Yeah. And then you guys can even collaborate.
We could collaborate. We could start something, right? Yeah. I go to my streets. A couple of homies, man. I have Hausa homies. I have people in my streets that, we talk,
it's not like
Lagos. In Canada, you're going to be lonely as fuck. Because people don't realize that.
Yeah, you know what? So at some point in time, I really didn't mind. So I always feel like God has a plan for everything.
Right.
Like there's a reason for everything. I tried, and at the point of me trying, it was just me. I just wanted to go. I didn't care. I really did not even have a plan. I was basically just, freestyling and, hoping that everything would, go into place as it has always been. So, but for some reason, things were working out for me here in Nigeria.
Right.
My travel plans were like always shaky and all that. Maybe because I wasn't really 100% serious with it. I was just like dead on like, I just want to submit application. I don't know what.
Maybe because you slightly look like a terrorist.
Fuck you. How dare you get a terrorist or going on? But like I said, I'm going to go back to the thing about our parents being part of what influences our decisions and all that, and why they are also part of our problem, or they might be part of our problem. Is back then, when we're in school, they keep promising you, oh, when you're done with this, you can do whatever you like, you can travel out and all that. But when I was in secondary school, there was nothing I wasn't good at when it comes to sport. I was bad at academics, kind of. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. There are times that, I'll get my report sheet and what I'm saying there, means if I can't believe I'm the one that scored it because it's so good. And like I said, I didn't realize I was brilliant until I did the international course and all that. So, back then, I think what scarred me was when my parents would tell me, "Oh, if you do well in school, we'll get you this and that." I think they actually missed out on one particular gift that they promised that they were going to give me. I think they missed out. They didn't give me what they promised me twice. So somehow, I think he must have done something to me, and then I just didn't care about being hardworking in school again. So and then again when I was in secondary school, I was very good at. I was playing basketball. I was very good. I could play lawn tennis. I could play volleyball. The only thing I didn't know how to do in secondary school, I couldn't play football.
Oh, you gifted motherfucker.
I feel like if I had gone pro in any sport, I'd have done really well. And I'm 100% sure of it because I was so good. Like they used to use me as machinery. My mom was the principal of the school. And this public schools now where like they are always known for sports.
Kids and all, yeah.
It's not even because of that. Like they constantly go for competitions and all that. They will call me. I'm like, their coach will call me without my mom knowing. I'm like, Hada, you should go for, there's a competition and all that. They use me as, extra. I would run relay, play volleyball, and win. The first ever competition that I went for outside of, outside of my own school was one Milo competition like that. And we won. Even though I didn't really play that much, but yeah, like those are just proud moments where I know that, oh, okay, if I'd done this thing, I'd have been successful. But the problem was, the African thing. My parents didn't see the vision and they didn't see the need to send me out early enough. I feel like if I'd gone like to a school abroad, no doubt I'd have gone through. Like they'll be launching by now. I don't think they know what they could have been.
They don't know what could have been, but that's why they say knowledge is better than money or something.
But I was still going to get knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
I was still even in my own
for them, for your parents. They should have had that knowledge that okay.
I think they did. They did, but that Africanness just swallows a lot of the old.
That's stuff like, oh, my son has to be a medical doctor.
Yes.
My son has to be a lawyer. Okay, guess what? Medical doctors are leaving the country. Lawyers are broke as fuck.
Yeah. But either ways, I still love my parents. Like, I feel like because of, the way everything played out, it kind of shaped me and kind of made me a better person. Who knows if I had gone pro, maybe I'd have been doing drugs. Yeah. But that's another thing that I always factor in, especially because at the point when I really wanted to like go abroad and like play pro any sport, like I felt like okay, so anything could have gone wrong at that time because if I had gone, I wouldn't really be under anybody, so supervision and all that would have been limited. So that would have been an avenue to like, explore, just be wild and all that. When you're open to when you're exposed to something that you've never been exposed to.
It becomes it explodes in your face.
Yes, so it's a 50-50 thing, it could go south. So and that's why I understand the parts of my parents not wanting to just like send me out just like that. So I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom.
Yeah, your mom is awesome.
my mom is so cool, man.
She's got the best delicacies.
Cool. I feel like I don't give my mom flowers enough, but when I compare, I'm sorry, but I do it a lot. I compare my mom to a lot of people a lot of other mothers that I interact with. And I'm like, I just keep wondering where my mom gets some kind of genuine love. Like, you can go and live with my mom and
She has no issue.
Like, she has no
boundaries. She'll be like, bro, you can come, you can eat, you know.
she literally, like, if she can drive, she literally allow you to take her. It doesn't matter if you're her son or not.
Yeah,
you take her car.
I know, of course.
You're waking up to food every morning. Like, my mom, I don't know if she enjoys it, because ladies of nowadays, they don't enjoy cooking. But my mom, she's just passionate about some things. She wakes up, does the meal, and then the next thing you hear in the morning is knock on your door. That food is ready. If you're ready, go and save yourself. So she's very, very cool, and that woman, I love her. Die.
Mothers are awesome.
Yeah, my dad is very, very cool. Like, my mom had more of the iron, and my dad was like the cool, laid back guy. That's where I get my relaxed nature from my dad. But you see, my mom is like the party.
She doesn't even show that. Oh, okay,
My mom
the party person.
right. Parties. My mom and party. When I was 6.
Let's just take a small break. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we are back. So, like, yeah, you see, so for a little into the viewers out there, we were both housed in Ibadan. That was where we started off from, because that's where we grew up, right?
Yeah.
And we are just having a discussion now. Yeah, I don't really want to go back there. And it's not like I don't love the place. I actually miss the city.
Yeah.
The problem is actually the fact that when you go there, it's basically like you locked yourself up in some dungeon somewhere. And nobody knows what's going on. Like I said, maybe you're a content creator and that's the kind of thing you show on your videos. But normally, because you've left there for so many years, coming back there, you feel like you're an alien now.
First of all, so did you mention that we grew up in Ibadan?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, Ibadan is not. I'm sorry for those living in Ibadan. No offense, but Ibadan is not a place for creatives. It is not. As a matter of fact, I don't know what
trends in Ibadan.
Like,
I think
just there.
I think from what I know about Ibadan,
it's like a place you retire and just
I just die. I
don't know.
But hey, to my Ibadan folks, look, on my Ibadan in me. I don't want to make it look like I'm 18. I'm not 18 on Ibadan. I love Ibadan to death. I love the people.
Why are you lying, nigga? You know,
I love them. Okay. But here's the thing, guys. Except you are selling pepper and food stuff in the market, and you know that because it's a big market over there, you're gonna sell, and you're gonna see your fans there. Or you are selling like Ankara, or you're a politician and you're working with the governor there.
So I take back what I said about Ibadan not being a place for creatives. There are actually many creatives living in Ibadan, but the thing is their target audience is different. It's not the general, target audience that, how will I say it? Their target audience is limited to Ibadan somehow. Okay, it's limited to places like Ibadan, Ogumosho. All those all those places where
all those
local I do not say I'll just place them. I'll just say there are places where you just retire.
Oh, okay. So, I thought that was what you meant. That's why I said it. I didn't mean it.
It's from your mouth, Shadi. So their target audience are more like channeled to this places, or the people that live in these places. And I'm saying that because, take for instance, if you pick a talent from Lagos, and let's say someone like Temisa. I don't know if you know Temisa.
Temisa.
or Toke Makinwa, or
Okay,
some of these popular guys. If you can't compare their target audience to yes, you can't call Toke Makinwa to come and market a land in Ibadan.
Now I get you. But if you bring in a guy like Maso Imbo, those guys, they can get their target.
Mind you, these people have like a lot of following,
of course.
So target audience.
I think is a target
also determines where you want to stay.
Yeah. And I just wanted to mention for a fact that the last time I was in Ibadan, that was around that I actually stayed.
Yeah.
That was around 2021, 22. Yeah. When I was in something called an externship program. Is normally for law students. So law school would ask you, where do you want to do the program? Because you're going to be serving. It's like you're serving for a few months. Basically just serving as a lawyer, working in courts. And I chose Ibadan because like that's my home state and I miss the food, I miss the people. So I rented
Amala.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I rented a small place in Ibadan around Ring Road.
Yeah.
And I'm not even kidding you. One day I woke up and I saw a goat in my compound. And I'm telling you, I'm the only one staying in this place. Like it was basically a mini flat.
Yeah.
And I was the only one staying there. I'm just trying to read, focus on my books. I'm trying to read for the exams because I'm still going back to the law school. I'm trying to focus on myself and be sane.
Yeah.
And I just see a goat. But a big black goat.
I understand why it would be weird.
Because
when we grew up, it was never
a thing. And how did the goat climb the fence, bro? Because like there's a gate, there's a fence. The fence is wired. Like who brought the goats?
Goats in this.
And I have the only key.
Yeah.
To the gates. So who brought the goats? If I was like a people that believe so much in spiritual people, I would have started casting and binding.
Yeah.
But at the moment I felt like actually like maybe I had a new meal to prepare now that there's goats. So it's just to dish it, like kill it and dish it like goat meat, right?
You don't know if it's
but I don't know if it's
some goats like that. I'm keen to spiral it. But it happens now. That's true.
That's true. Now, I'm just thinking about that. Like it stunned me. Like actually, that's actually true. Imagine it was someone's mom, and then you are thinking of goat meat because you are hungry, and then you slaughter the goat. Now you've committed murder.
Well, that's on you, man.
And now they are charging you to court
because I think even unaliving the goats in the first instance, goat that is not your own is already an offense. So.
Well,
but the goat trespass.
The goat trespassed. So it is like Wild West already.
True.
Yeah, you get what you deserve. Because why are you coming to my compound, bro?
But come to think of it, what has like been the craziest experience, or what was the craziest experience you had in Ibadan growing up that, let's say, just scarred you?
That just scarred me.
It scarred you like badly because I've experienced a whole lot of things that
let's see. I think the craziest experience for me would be more like what I experienced in school. Because, when I was growing up, most of my experience was like secondary school, primary school. So, like, that was most of my life. Right? Apart from that, day church. Okay, yeah, there was one crazy one in church.
Yeah, can you point it out?
Yeah, so my family, very Christian family, we go to church every Sunday.
Normal.
Looking all good and posh and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And I remember this one experience. It wasn't something that scared me, but it was something shocking out of the blue. That's why I'm not going to say the name of the church or where it is.
In the same church, are we?
Yes. He knows the church. He knows the church. So anyways, the preacher is preaching, very controversial pastor, but was preaching, and there's this guy that is a very quiet dude in the church. He gives serial killer energy. There's a member in the church that gives serial, but everybody is cool with him. He had demons in him, but he's cool now, so he's part of us.
Lucky, that's
so everybody. No. But like this dude was seriously gay, and everybody just go on their day. But me, I'm always looking at the guy with side eye and like trying to distance myself because if he whips out a weapon, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah. And then one day the pastor was preaching on a Sunday, everybody was just chilling, sitting, enjoying the sermon. And this guy just suddenly stands up and starts shouting and cursing at the pastor. And I'm not saying like cursing like the English curse. I'm talking about actual curses. What you lay in like African curses. Yeah. He was saying all sorts of things. He was saying, "You're an evil man. You made me lose my life, my job, my family. To sit down here and listen to, I'm not kidding you, bro." Like, he was shouting.
Yeah.
And then the pastor saw him, and immediately the pastor started smiling and telling the members, "Ushers, please escort him out of the church. He has lost his mind. He has demons in him." And I was like, okay, what do we do? Everybody was looking all confused. But the guy was held out by the ushers, because ushers are like basically security, right?
Yeah.
In church. So they took him out. Once they took him out, the pastor continued his preaching, and he said, I'm going to pray for the brother. He has a lot of issues, mental issues, and demons in him. He kept on saying he has demons in him. But in my mind, I was not like, are we just going to pretend?
Like, you didn't just say what
Like, that shit just didn't happen and we are going to go on our normal day.
Yeah.
That's the first. So the second thing that scared me, I think, is just when Okada hits me on my way to school. Because like, Okada is motorbikes, by the way, for people that are listening from outside the country.
Posh people.
Or rich man.
Rich kids, yeah.
But, so I was hit by the motorbike. Someone was riding the motorbike. I was on my way to school. I think at the time I could have been around 11, 12 years old. I was still in secondary school. I was in junior secondary school. I was about to prepare for my junior WAEC. And yeah, normally I used to have a tough time in school because I wasn't that smart. I don't mean smart in smart. Like, I mean, I wasn't that good in my studies. I was always having like a lot of
we had the same, we grew up in the same boat, so yeah.
But mine was worse. Mine was worse. I'm telling you, I wasn't passing, bro. Like, the teachers would get a plea from my dad to just basically let me be and not consider, making me repeat. It was that bad.
They threatened me.
Especially when I was really, really young. But
they threatened me, and I think all through my life, they've actually been threatening me at different points in time. And you'll be like, when you're driving, no offense to people that do media jobs, but when you're driving by organizers of shop and all that, they're telling me, see where you end up, or they'll enroll me. They'll enroll me to go and be learning. In fact, there was a time that they almost sent me to mechanics workshop to go and be learning more. They said I should choose one. Either I'm going to school or I should go and learn one.
Was it that same school? The same school? That same school.
In fact, it doesn't matter what school say at this point, because there was no time they did not use that thing to threaten me.
So that's crazy.
They actually made me sit up at different points in time. But like I said, I never believed in myself. Maybe because my promises were never fulfilled. Promises that they made to me were never
fulfilled. Yeah.
When they say, I will get a bicycle, and the bicycle does not come. At some point in time, they got a bicycle. So stuff like that. But
the bike, sorry we digress, but I was saying the bike hits me, and then the policewoman started fighting the bike man because there was a policewoman conducting, but apparently the bike didn't see the woman stopping him, and so I just stood up. My leg was bleeding. I remember I just kept on walking. I don't know if it was my ADHD, but I just kept on walking. And I felt like if I don't enter the school in time, because it was like 5 minutes before I got late. So if I don't enter the gate,
they'll still beat you.
They'll beat my ass. They'll see my leg bleeding. They'll tell me, man, we don't care. Fuck you. You're late. Get his ass.
I think school for me too was quite traumatizing because, I mean, imagine you going to school every morning and, like, first of all, what you hear on the radio alone repeatedly makes you know that, okay, this is another bad day. Because I don't feel like school was fun for me. The only part of school that was fun for me was break time. And that was because I got to play, sports and all. But, that's the general thought of, this set of teachers are coming in today to come and teach us some more. It feels like death sentence, or it felt like death sentence to me because I was really, really scared of some teachers. But it got to some point in time where I think I got used to it, and like they'll say, I just owned being stubborn, and as time went on, I outgrew, that stubbornness. I think, in fact, in my report sheet, one of the things I used to be there, like at a very young age, was it's too playful, it's too playful. You, every single time that is so playful will be there. But I think when I now got to maybe SS1, SS2, that was when I made, okay, SS1 actually, I actually made a conscious effort to make sure that it's so playful, in my report card. And guess what was appearing? Oh, it's so quiet. That's crazy. You imagine, like what do you people want? Make up your mind. Like they said I was no longer very interactive. Like I actually legit said, you see, this is too playful. Even if I cannot take my grades, but this is too playful. It's must. Like
When you could have been worse.
break time like this, I'll just sit down. And again, I was always trying to keep my clothes clean and all that. I think that was the period in time that I now understood the technique of keeping socks white.
Yeah.
My socks white, everything, I'll just get back home and, like before when my clothes might be torn, like clothes to be dirty, all that. So, yeah, secondary school, the school in general scarred me, especially uni was another crazy experience.
Uni, I believe that private university, I think most private universities are not functioning in a way they should.
Yeah, they are about the money, man.
And it's sort of like a subject that is one of the numerous subjects that should be discussed, but nobody talks about. Yeah. There's a lot of abuse. There's a lot of bad treatment, especially from and I don't want to point fingers, but from the kind of universities where they will say the students have no rights to go out on their own free will. Like you can't just go out. You need permission. You need to write some bullshit. Why do I need to write like a fucking letter to come out of this compound? First of all, I'm 18 years old because around 200 level, we already got to that age, right?
Yeah.
Normally you are at an age that you already, regarded as an adult by law. Why am I being told that, I have to write a letter and then school is going to review it, some guy is going to review it and then ask me questions like, we only need you to have a medical emergency to be able to go out. Or like, we only need you, your parents to sign off or like give us a consent on call. I think the system is something that nobody discusses about, but it really scars your mental health, especially knowing that you're going to be spending years studying in this institution.
It feels like prison.
It is prison. It is like, it's like a correctional center.
So for me, by the way, I went to a private university that felt like a public university. So the reason why I'm saying that is because it's a private university, yeah?
Right.
You're allowed to go in and out. It's, in fact, it's run, is it run or run? But anyway, it's run by,
I didn't pass English. So.
It's been run by an individual. So he really does not have like his eyes and ears around the school like he thinks it does. So it's all about, making money and all that.
Right.
So imagine being in that kind of university where everything is not really as it should be, as a Nigerian private university. Imagine you paying money for not staying in the school hostel. So they call it an exemption fee. So you are paying the school to say, sir, we're not going to be staying in your hostel.
It's sort of
like going to be living outside.
It's sort of like you're paying for bill.
Imagine paying to be alive. That's what it felt like. So it was crazy to me. I still don't understand it. And imagine that kind of school where, you really do not know what is going on. The only time you come to school is when you feel like, and when you come, everybody is acting like, they are working. When normally they're actually not doing anything, or they are very nonchalant about what they're doing.
Right.
So I feel like that's also an African problem. If you want to run a school, do it or like really sit down and run it.
If you want to run anything, actually,
In fact, with regards to the whole school thing, the school not allowing you go out and all that, I feel like it's also an African factor. They don't want to know that you are already an adult. In university, you see some lecturers still telling their the people that they are lecturing, you still see them telling them to kneel down or to kneel down and raise up their hands, or you see them slapping this. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
just
They don't recognize adulthood. That's just what it is.
just in the news, I think some months ago, I was seeing something about um, the the hostel person was cutting the hair of some girls because
It was too long. More that's the shitty ass things done there.
especially I won't call names, but the kind that I went to was a Christian private school. And they would tell us that we have to come to the chapel for services. I think that was one of the things that actually made me start laying question marks on even my religious beliefs. Because it doesn't make sense. There are some things that you can set as laws. I would respect it, even if I don't really necessarily relate with it, or I don't feel comfortable or all that. Like, if you say that we shouldn't take alcohol, I like to hang out with my friends and drink, but if that's your rule, then definitely I won't buy alcohol in the school and I won't take it. But how you be forcing me to go to church, and then you tell me that, oh, if you don't go, you get suspended. So I missed most of my chapel sessions, and at some points they wanted to suspend me.
Yeah.
But fortunately for me, they couldn't. Now I'm saying this because I don't feel ashamed about it. I know that a lot of people will see this and be like, oh, you're an evil bitch. Why didn't you go to church? You went to a Christian uni. Well, it wasn't my choice, first of all, to even go to the school. It was my parents' choice.
Should I even bust your brain? It's not the people that go to church the most. Okay, not generally, but let me just say in school, like some of the people that you see them in front of church doing like the most in church, are the ones that do like the craziest things.
Yes, and let me bust your head again. Yeah. Apart from that, the people that go to those kind of universities, those private universities, so you have two polar opposite kind of people. There are people that are really spiritual that come out of there, and they get more spiritual. They become like pastor's boy, or like, I think you have to put that more. Yeah. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we are trying to put our phone on silence here.
All right.
Okay, so there are some that actually come out really spiritual, like church boys, church girls. Cool, fine. But there's some of us that actually take a step back in the whole religious faith and be like, nah. Yeah, do your own thing, do your church thing, but look, don't force anybody. That don't make sense.
For me, I don't think there was ever a time I took a step back. I would say...
No, you didn't go to a religious school.
No, it really doesn't matter if I did or not. So I think it's a general thing for people. Mm-hmm. So sometimes some people take a step back, sometimes they just don't. But in my own case, rather than take a step back, I think all I just did was realize that I love God first of all, and anything my pastor says or anything anybody's pastor says is for their pocket. What I believe in is what I believe in. So you cannot, in fact, you can't come to church and preach to me about, oh, I need to give a certain amount for some reason. That's something I'm still struggling with. Tithing. Something I'm still struggling with. I don't think anybody can make me or tell me to give a certain amount. I heard something recently where someone was saying something about, oh, you need to, for you to actually win the trust of God, something like that, you need to give all your, maybe 90% of your life savings or something like that. Something like that. And I'm like, see, we're in a day and age where we know that there are a lot of fake pastors out there. There are people that are just motivational speakers.
Right.
Your pastor is making money, you are still using legacy bills. You are not paying money for offering and all that. I understand that, your faith comes into play. Like, oh, okay, if you give this, I would rather say that you should give to the poor, give like people that genuinely need. In fact, give your friends that genuinely don't have, like, oh, okay, you see that this guy who is somewhere and, it doesn't really have much. I do that a lot. Like, I help out some of my friends that, they don't really even have to say that they don't have. For instance, now, I think, a couple of months ago, I got a call from someone that I used to know back in secondary school that, so first of all, his whole journey got scattered. Like, after he went to maybe Kenya or something to school, the plans he had, it didn't work out. He came back to Nigeria, had nothing to fall back on. So he was, that moment of depression and all that.
Right.
So apparently, I don't know what he got into, but he got arrested.
In Kenya?
No, in Nigeria. He's depressed and all that. So it's expected that maybe he do things that are illegal and all that. So he got arrested. I understood completely that this guy does not have, for this guy to text me on your, okay, I don't know if I should mention where he texted.
No, of course it's
okay. So for this guy to text me and say, oh, this is what he went through, I knew that this guy genuinely needed help. And like, I actually sent him what I had. And I think, so the following month, I sent him something again. The next month, I sent him something again. He didn't ask, like, for the other time that I sent, but I just felt it deep down inside me that, oh, okay, I needed to help out at least for him to even get his footing and all that. This dude might have not even eaten that day. You get, so at least it would save him from doing something like crazy. You get. So I don't feel like whatever you want to listen to, if whatever pastor you want to listen to is fine, but me, when it comes to listening to pastors, I just pick the beats that I feel deep down inside me is what God wants. I feel like this whole spiritual thing is different for individuals. The way it works for you is not the way it works for me. Some people going to church is what really pumps them, gives them that fire, that vibe. Some people just laying in their bed, listening to worship songs is what gives them that fire and all that. But, you still have people saying, oh, you mustn't miss a service. So I don't believe in that. I believe
you have to fast.
Some people don't even understand the concept of fasting. Some people, they don't know that it's hunger strike that they are doing. It's not fasting.
But I think one rule that can work with everybody is just do good to people, be nice to
people. I feel like it's a basic.
That's the most basic thing. Just do good. And I think that's one thing that I would say at least the advantage of religion is that at least
it puts people in check.
It puts people in check and makes them act proper.
Yeah.
Our time is past. So I really appreciate you coming in today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sharing your thoughts. Do you want to plug anything? You can plug anything that you're doing or what you intend to do, your social media page or whatever.
You can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and where else?
What's the Instagram?
At KITIDS. And then my business page is at Kitibs World. Just put underscore in world.
Kitibs World. All right. Yeah.
World.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for having me.
All right. Peace.